What's up, everybody? Master Reactor here, and today I have a replay for y'all. Let's see what place I'm in real quick. On the ladder, I'm in third. Okay, let's go. It's paying off. All right, let's fucking go. Let's see the duel records. How many wins I got here? Win. 4 wins in a row plus 1 more is 5. Let's go. 5 in a row. It was a pretty good match I played against guy right here. So let's see exactly what happened versus Senior Del something. So I throw scissors, he throws paper. So that is great. I get to go first. Awesome. I open Graceful, Duo, MST, Spy, Tribe, and Magician of Faith. Pretty busted opening here, not gonna lie. He's got Spy, Book, Meta, Wing Blast, and Chaos Sword. So I pick his book, and he throws out the Wing Blast. I set MST, and set Spy, and pass. He draws into a Deco. He can't really do much. He can either set Deco or set Spy. He sets Meta and sets Deco and passes. I in-phase MST it. Alright. And I draw into Jar of Greed. Now I wish I would have set the Faith, but it is what it is. So I flip the Spy. And grab one in defense, just in case. And I poke over the Deco. He draws into a ring. And now I set Jar of Greed and set the Faith and pass. He draws into a knock. Alright, must be fucking nice. Definitely should have set Faith first. Like, you never know. You set Faith first, it gets knocked. You set it second, it gets knocked. No matter what, knock. Knock. I'm not knocking on heaven's door. Knock. So he knocked the shit out of it, which is cool because it gets rid of all his faves. He sets Spy and sets Ring and passes. I'm running 3 in this build. Back to the old deck. So I end-phase Jar of Greed and draw into a Jar of Greed. I draw into Wing Blast. This is a pretty crazy match because, well, you're going to see it in a minute. So I set the Wing Blast, set the Jar of Greed, and swing it to the monster. Thinking maybe it could have been a Morphing Jar, you never know. Every time I don't set first, I run into a Morphing Jar, so I poke into his Spy. It's fine. He draws into Solemn Judgment. He doesn't set the Solemn and just passes. I draw into another Wing Blast. I fire the Jar of Greed. And I draw into a Chaos Sork. So I could just summon this tribe here and pop all my shit, but I decide to just slow it down and pass. Switch my Spy to defense and pass. He draws into card destruction. I draw into Upstart. I fire the Upstart into a Sangan. And decide to set the Sangan and pass. He draws into a Book of Moon. He sets Solemn Judgment and passes. I draw into a Ring now. So pretty slow game here. I set Ring and pass. He draws into a Night Assailant and passes. I draw into a Solemn. I say fuck it, set the Solemn and pass. Looking for a Thunder Dragon here. Can't seem to find it. He draws into Graceful now and passes. I draw into Jar of Greed. Set the Jar of Greed and pass. He draws into Thunder Dragon. So now he's got his combo wombo here with the Thunder Dragon Graceful. So he well, before doing that, he decides to just drop Chaos Sork on me. And I say, okay, that's fine. He banishes a Spy. Alright, cool. Then he plays Graceful after that. I don't know why he did it like that, but hey, it is what it is. I guess it really doesn't matter in that situation. So he draws into Tribe, MST, and Breaker. So I guess it wouldn't matter because he could have cleared this other Spy with Tribe. But maybe he didn't want to do that, so he decides to throw out both of his Thunder Dragons. Then he runs Breaker out, and I decide to just ring it on the summon here. Say, get that shit out of here. We are somewhat not doing that great now. He's got, what, 6, 10 cards? And I've got 10 cards. So we're, like, even on advantage right now, technically. I draw a Greed end phase, draw an Upstart, and then I draw a Breaker for turn. I fire the Upstart, and draw into Snatch Steel. I decide to run Breaker out, and he rings the Breakers. And now I'm at 3k now. But his ring is gone. Now I fire Snatch Steel on Chaos Sork. And he fires the Book of Moon. And I just say, okay, that's fine. What's the worst you can do? I set the Wing Blast and pass. He draws into a Mirror Force. He flips up his Chaos Orc. I say, okay. And he banishes my Spy and sets a Mirror Force and sets an MST and passes. I draw into Sinister Serpent. I decide to run the tribe out here. And he doesn't Solemn Judgment this. This is weird that he didn't Solemn this. Probably would have Solemn that if I was him, but I would have just Solemned it right back. So he didn't value his Spies or his Chaos Orc very well. So he Mirror Forces me. That's fine. I've only used one tribe and got rid of 4 of his cards. Pretty nice there. 4 for 1. Let's go because the Sinister is going to be free. He runs out tribe here. And he swings. And I say, okay, that's fine as well. And I grab Tsukiyomi out the deck, and he passes. I draw into the Thunder Dragon. Alright, I've been waiting all game for this. Let's go. In standby phase, I decide to Wing Blast, and I put the Mirror Force back on top. So that was pretty clutch that I didn't pick the other one, because the other one was MST. So I discard Thunder Dragon, and I grab 2 more. I fire the Graceful. He says okay. I draw into Spy, Solemn, and Knock. So we're playing ball now. I discard Thunder Dragon and Sinister. I decide to just put the tribe down. And I just swing into it here. Still playing a little slow. No reason. I mean, I got 10 cards left. So I guess there is a reason to kind of play a little fast. But I don't see a reason in it. So I set Solemn and pass. He end phase MSTs it. Alright, that's cool. He draws into Solemn. So I put Solemn back. Not Mirror Force. He already used Mirror Force. And that was my bad. So he decides to set Solemn Judgment and pass. So I guess he's trying to go for like a game shot here where he can like deck me out. That's why he's like saving all this shit, I guess. I got no clue what he's doing here, but hey, it is what it is. So I think about it. I decide just to drop the Chaos Sword on him. He says okay, and I swing for 2,300. And then I decide to run my Tsukiyomi out and put it face down. And I just pass there with 6 cards. He draws in the Pot of Greed. He fires the Pot of Greed. I say, okay, that's fine. He draws Solemn and Knock. So he fires the Knock. Okay, and he sets Solemn and passes. So now he's got double Solemn here. So I decide just to set Heavy and set Deco and pass. He draws into a Deco as well. He sets his Deco and passes. I draw into BLS. So now the gig is up. I'm going to go for it here. I fire the Wing Blast. And I target the monster. And I fire Heavy Storm here. He Solemn Judgments it. And I Solemn Judgment his Solemn Judgment. And now there's nothing he can do, because if he Solemns it, it's going to be gone. And that is the game. So I think he probably could have did something different in that game. Possibly. I don't really know, though. So, who knows. But I got game 1. So, game 2, he's got the goods, pretty much. Chaos Sword, Book of Moon, Spy, Breaker, Pot of Greed, everything. He discards Thunder Dragon and grabs 2 more. Now, this is when it gets pretty funny here, because his Pot of Greed is huge for him. He Pot of Greeds into Mirror Force and Graceful. Must be nice. He Gracefuls into Spy, Duo, and MST. So he's got the Trinity combo on me. It is over. There's no possible way. I mean, the odds of coming back from somebody that Trinities you with a Thunder Dragon is just not going to happen. If you think you can come back, I mean, you got to draw, like, God type shit. Like, you got to literally draw Exodia to come back. Like, there's no way. And you don't play Exodia, obviously, but that's just how unlikely it is whenever they start with Pot Graceful Duo. With a Thunder Dragon on top of that. So, that was a pretty good opening there. Pot of Greed drew into Graceful. Graceful drew into Duo. He's got the end phase MST. He's ready for the snatch. He pops it. I have to ring here. I got 2 Thunder Dragons and a Knock, so he drops his Chaos Orc on me. And he pokes me for 23. Okay, that's fine. He sets spy and passes. I draw into Solemn Judgment, which is pretty dead. He's only running one spy. Oh no, he's got the other spy right here. Okay, so he's on 2. I was gonna say, like, how the fuck, where's the other spy? He discarded. Okay. So he draws into BLS. He hits me for 23. Sets Mirror Force. I draw into Breaker, and I set it, and on his turn, I just scoop. But there's nothing I can really do. There's no coming back from that. So, on to Game 3 now. Game 3, maybe I can wombo combo his ass. I do have Duo. I entrap Dust Shoot. Okay, pretty nice. So, I got Dust Shoot, Wing Blast, Book, Tribe, and Kaiku. This is actually a really close game here. Really close, actually. So, I pick the Spy, which is not ideal because he throws out Night Assailant, and he gets the Spy right back to his hand, which sucks. I set Wing Blast and set Dust Shoot and pass. I fire the Dust Shoot. He draws into Thunder Dragon off a turn. Have to put it back because he's going to get foddered with Graceful. There's no reason not to. So he's got Ring, Yomi, Spy, and Graceful now. So he sets his Spy and sets his Ring and passes. So I could have in-phased, like, Wing Blast the shit back and went for the Tribe. But I decided to just play a little slow, and I draw into Torrential, and I set it and pass. He flips his Spy up. Gets a Spy in defense, and pokes me for 1200. I say, okay, that's fine. Take the 12. I draw into Ring here. I just pass. He draws into Duo. Why he didn't fire this Duo right here is crazy. So, he hits me for 1200 again. I'm at 46 and passes. I draw into Sangan here. Now I decide to summon the Sangan and just Torrential here. And this is like where I think is a questionable play. I mean, I decide to just Wing Blast and put the Ring back on top. This is just to set him back a turn a little bit. So, I don't know if that was the right play or not, but I did it anyways. I put the Ring back on top. He fires a Duo now, so now I'm pretty much fucked. I'm really regretting doing that play. So, I discard Book of Moon, and discard Tribe. I got Kaiku left. He runs out the Tribe, and I decide to just Ring it right away here. Put me down to 3k. He sets the Ring and passes. I draw into Thunder Dragon. So now I know everything he has. I know he has Graceful, Tsukuyomi, and Ring. So there's really no point to run this Kaiku out. It's just going to get ringed here. So my only play is just set Sinister and pass. He draws into Book of Moon. He's tired of waiting. He fires the Graceful. He draws into Deco, Enemy Controller, and Torrential. So Enemy Controller is pretty questionable. It's a pretty good card, but it's alright. Like, I don't understand why to play it in any kind of Chaos Turbo deck. Maybe Go Control. I can see playing it, but I don't know. Maybe he's not playing. Maybe he's playing Chaos Control. I don't know. So he sets Torrential and sets Deco and passes. Now I decide to tribute. I draw into Wing Blast and decide to tribute the Sinister for Thunder Dragon. And I go into battle here. And he uses Ring of Destruction on me. Okay. Put me down to 1400, so pretty close here. He draws into Snatch Steel. And on standby phase, I decide to use his Wing Blast. I accidentally misclicked and put the monster back on top here. Good thing I did this because he would have flipped it up, then drew, then just swung at me, and I would have had to Wing Blast it. So I figured I might as well just do it. I grab my Sinister back. I draw into Snatch Steel. I set the Sinister and pass. He draws into a Deco here. And he runs the Deco out and hits me for the 14. And I draw into Pot of Greed. So that was a pretty good top deck there. I fire the Pot of Greed here. And draw into Solemn Judgment, Solemn Judgment. So I decide to run Kaiku out. Sorry, not Breaker. Kaiku out. And he decides to not Torrential this because he thinks he's going to game shot me next turn. So I actually big brained him here because if I would have Snatched Steel first and summoned, he would have definitely Torrentialed me. So summoning the Kaiku first was definitely a clutch ass move here. I'm not going to lie. So I just swing with everything, putting him down to 600. He can't do nothing. He's got Snatch Steel and Torrential. And now I'm going to set both these Solemn Judgments and pass. So I've turned this game all the way back around somehow. He draws into BLS, which is perfect because that is a dead card for him. Nothing he can really do. He fires the Snatch Steel. I Solemn Judgment it right away. I'm like, fuck it, you're not getting it. And then he runs out Tsukiyomi, and I Solemn Judgment that shit. Get that shit out of here. Wada boom, wada bing. And now he's left with a Torrential and a BOS, and he knows what time it is. Got the win. That's how you do it. What's fucking up? In third place now. Coming back. Was in like 8th or 9th. So, jumped way back up there. But y'all hit the like, hit the sub. How do y'all like the new OBS streaming? Have a good day or night. Peace out. Bye.